Yay. All right.
So
Well, we're recording. So, happy January, everybody. It is very cold where we are in Texas, and we're not used to this. But for the rest of you who are used to it, congratulations. We share your pain now. Um, and it's also Martin Luther King Day, so it's a holiday for a lot of people I know. Today we had our stamp camp. Susan Rutherford and I host a stamp camp, and we actually shifted it to virtual today. So we did that earlier today, and not the same, like meeting in person. There's just nothing the same, but it was great. It was good fun, and we made a bunch of cards from the Memories and More card pack from the New Spring catalog, which is beautiful. And then we did some cards with celebration and the hybrid thoughtful moments folder that has like the sentiments. It's kind of cool. So that was fun. And but it was a full day for sure. So I know that a few other folks have had some good events. So when Terry's in a better place in a minute, I'll have her kind of tell us a little bit about her adventure this weekend as well. But in terms of Stampin' Up! Land and news, we have heard that there will be an additional release for Celebration. But it will not be the extra product. It will be kind of the stuff they're trying to move. You know how they do that the last couple of weeks in February. There is no date set for that yet. And I'll go check real quick just to make sure there's no date, but I feel pretty positive that there's not. Um, and then, but it's nice to know that they're going to do that again. And, you know, there's 14 choices this year for celebration. I feel like that's a lot. But if people max out those choices, then that's a great, opportunity. Yeah, actually, they're saying February 1 for more products. So that's interesting. The other thing to keep in mind, so the glass mat is still an add-on for customers, like for the starter kit, they can get that for free. Paper Pumpkin, the billing for this month has run. The second billing will be on the 22nd, and then the past kits or refills will open up on the 23rd. And the end of this month, the 31st, is the end for onstage registration. So if you're planning on going to onstage, you've got to get registered by the end of this month. We do still have a couple spots open in the house. We have one bed and two sofa couch spots, sofa bed spots. And those are both downstairs, those two sofa bed spots. So if you're having issues with stairs, we're in a 3-story house in Houston. Literally every single place had stairs. Every single place was like 3 stories. Houston has, not as much footprint, and I think they're going up. A couple other things. February will be the new Paper Pumpkin. It is the Easter themed one. It's super cute with a little bunny on it. And I think it'll be lovely. And there's going to be new online exclusive products, and that pre-order will start on February 1. So there will be some online exclusives. And as you've seen now that this will be a full year of online exclusives, there's still stuff from last March's online exclusives that are still viable. So sometimes there are things that go quick, right? And we know like the truck and there's things like that. But I'm thinking that these are going to become perennial things that we're going to get to keep around for quite some time, which is great. So, if you still have the blossoms from last spring, those are still things that you can show and sell. I don't remember what that irresistible blooms or whatever. Right. So the leaves, the tropical leaves and the punch, right? So it's nice that we've got some things that are standing the test of time and are kind of sticking around for a while. So, check out the online exclusives. And, if there's something that strikes your fancy and you want to have a class, I would say don't be afraid to do it. You know, I know in the beginning we had some, you know, inventory control things with that, but I feel like it's kind of settled down a little bit. So, and then as of right now, I think the only thing that's still on back order, or not back order, but ISR, I was gonna look, I think from the spring catalog, it's just the lavender dyes. Um, the adhesive back dragonflies and birds are coming back. They'll be back February 5th. Weirdly, Versamark and basic embossing powders, some tuxedo black refills, Wink of Stella, Pretty Peacock. There's like a little bit of like an ink refill situation happening there. Um, the Modern Oval Punch is also on like not orderable, which is weird. The Modern Oval Punch, it's showing that it's not going to come in until April 22nd. So that means a couple things to me. One, it's sticking around because they're willing to get an order of them in April. And two, it really must be on a slow boat. The painted lavender dyes will be back January 29th. So by the end of the month, most things will be back. There seems to be a big shipment coming in January 29th. A few things like Feb 5, Feb 12. And then that Modern Oval Punch is the only one that's weirdly broadcast out to April. It's a great punch, but it kind of makes me happy that it's going to stick around. So that makes me happy. But other than that, there's not a whole lot of new crazy stuff going on in Stampin' Up! Land. And we're just kind of getting settled into, you know, this celebration. And the starter kit promotion has been a little slow to start from what I can tell. The glass mat, I think a lot of us know what to do with the glass mat, and I think we all enjoy a glass mat. It might be a little too avid to draw in new people. And so I would say if the glass mat isn't selling it, there's the alternative, right? Because you do have two choices right now. So consider the alternative join deal and maybe promoting that, because getting the extra, I don't remember, I'm going to look and see, the option, an extra $30 worth of product. So they get 155 for 99, which is a really good deal. I mean, $155 worth of product for 99 is a great deal. And you could get a big shot for that. So Terry, oh, you're muted, but I still love you.
Is there a deal still where, because this came up this weekend, can someone who is a current demonstrator, hobbyist, drop out before they meet their obligated deadline, like their 3 months or their 6 months? Can they drop out in that time period before their deadline, and then out a couple weeks and then come back in just to get the mat?
They can. This is a
Okay.
weird one. So, because we're at the end of a pending month, if they're pending and they drop, then they can turn around, and in February they can rejoin and get the glass mat.
Okay.
You can only do that when it's a pending month. So otherwise they would be like forcibly dropping. And when you forcibly drop, you have to do that waiting period. But if
And
you,
how long is the waiting period, Melissa?
60 days, I believe it's either 60 or 90. If
Okay.
anybody else remembers, let me know. But I think it's 60 or
Yeah, that's what I was.
60. Yeah, I think it's 60 days. So I had someone on the team who forcibly dropped and rejoined with us, but that was 60. But if you drop because of the pending, you can come right back, which is a weird one.
Do they have to do the written notice that they're leaving, or do
No,
they
they
just get
actually are better off to not do the written notice.
okay?
So because a pending, they'll just drop automatically.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Usually it's better to wait until commissions have finalized and they're like officially dropped, like on the 6th or 7th, but yeah, they can do that. So we had someone else join the team. So congratulations to Glinda for her daughter or daughter-in-law joining. I don't remember which one it was, but Glinda. And because of that, Glinda had sales. So Glinda is now silver. So yay, Glinda. So we'll do a little shout out for her next month, just because that's actually going to be part of next month's official reports, but unofficially, congratulations to Glenda. And then I realized that I did not do November or December shout outs because things were a little crazy in my world. So in November, we had 3 people who were over 500. We had Crystal, Rhonda Lewis, and Glenda Brown. And then in December, we had 3 people who were over 500, Esther Bailey, Sarah Amuso, and Natalie Brewer. So congratulations to all of them. They all got $5 coupons, which is awesome. We still have the coupons. We're still using the coupons. That link is always at the top of our Facebook page. So it's under the pinned. On that page is also the birthdays, and that's what Elena's using. Big thank you to Elena for being our birthday team fairy for this last year. I really appreciate her help. There's no way that would have happened this past year without her. I just sent her another batch of stamps and said, hope you're in for another year. So she is, and very appreciative of her and her time and her energy and her efforts. She puts a lot of love into those birthday cards, and it shows that it's great to get one. So yay for congrats and all that. Terry, you want to give us a couple seconds and tell us how Saturday went for you?
Well, the we went into this totally green. We'd never done anything before. I will recommend right away that you have a partner. It's really, it doesn't seem like a lot of work until you're doing it. And it is a lot of work, I won't lie to you, but it's doable work. The thing that took the most time was making everything cute. And then the second most time, but both of them were joyful moments. So make no mistake, we enjoyed doing it, was doing the make and takes. The one takeaway from doing the make and takes, which we did 3, is we did complicated make and takes. And they weren't like complicated, but we cut out what we could, but we had them punch their own stuff in there. I would recommend an easy make and take, like the Memories and More idea. I thought that was good. If you've ever been to one of Candy's retreats, and I haven't been to Melissa's to compare it, so I apologize. It was a lot like one of Candy's retreats, just for one day. Midway through the event, actually right after lunch, during lunch, we were already being asked, when are you going to do this again? I got a friend. So that probably was the emotional highlight for us during the day. Just to hear that's a big deal, because I've been in this for a long time. I only had 2 people come that I knew, and Lisa has been in it about a year, a little bit over a year, and the other 8 people were her friends. Now, we planned for 30 people. We thought, okay, they'll walk in the door. We didn't know what to do. We did have one person come at the last minute, so we were grateful that we had 2 goodie bags left over. They just didn't get a fancy name card, which is here somewhere. I'll show it to you. I do want to say that we opened the doors at 9 and people were there, and we stayed all the way till 6 o'clock in the evening, which we thought we might be stretching it. Only one person left at 5:35, and because they had to be somewhere. And that was, I don't know how to explain it, but that made us feel good that people had a good time. And the 10 people of the 30 that we planned for had a great time. everybody intermingled. I mean, you've done a retreat, you know how that goes, but this was our first. We didn't know how these people would gel. So the first one is scary, and we've already set another date in April that we're going to do, of course, with the new catalogs and that coming out. I want to tell you about lunch. We have planned like between $12 and $15 per lunch because we are going to use this really cool little bistro next door. Well, they closed. Plan B. Lisa said, "Well, we'll make some soup. How's that sound on?" You know, we're pretty much so even, you know, on even plans. So we bought a broccoli cheese from Sam's, and then we bought, or at least actually made some lasagna soup, fresh rolls, and no salad, nothing like that, just soup and bread. And then we had butter and honey butter, and then she made homemade cookies. They loved it. I mean, no one was starving. We made it look fancy. If you've seen the picture of Lisa standing in front of the buffet, I mean, it looked really nice. And then, like around 3 in the afternoon, people were starting to slow down. So I cut up some orange slices and with a napkin and passed them out. And it was like a new energy. They were all starting to, I said, and then there's apples, Lisa brought apples. So we kept it really simple. And then a happy moment. My husband was at the VFW, which is where we had it. And then I will tell you, he pulls these really nice things out of a rabbit's hat sometimes. We're standing there, and then all of a sudden the bartender starts bringing back all of these drinks. So he had gotten us some, I guess it was a strawberry mimosa. So he bought everybody in the joint a strawberry mimosa. And that was real. I personally, you know, like, okay, now we can't do this because this was not in the plan. We can't let them expect this going forward. But I said, no, I let them know that was a gift. A couple
That's
people
sweet.
don't drink alcohol. And, you know, I drank theirs. So,
Hey,
you know,
good day for you. Good day for everyone.
it was
It-
nice.
Yeah, the absolute best, the best compliment is when can we come again, right? That's absolutely it, right? The repeat customers, right? That's what we want.
Yeah.
And can I bring a friend? Even better, right? So
Yeah,
congratulations. That's awesome. I'm
it was good. Thank you.
super proud of you. So you
So
and Lisa,
that was the retreat, the day retreat.
they did
That was a day retreat.
a stamp camp.
Okay.
Mhm.
Well, we had one lady doing embroidery work, one
Nice.
lady doing crochet, and I'll show this to you. One lady came with a suitcase full of unfinished crafts, actually 2 suitcases filled with unfinished crafts. And so she just sat there and finished crafts that she had to make. I don't know if you can see this. It's
So
a
cute.
wine court reindeer
Oh my God, it's
with
adorable.
it is a stinking adorable. I'm not really a cutesy girl when it comes to these things, but I'm not putting this away because I mean it's just so cute. And this was one of my friends. I had no idea she did this. She's a potter. She makes the most beautiful pottery, and here she is with a case of weird crafts.
That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
So
That's amazing.
yeah, but the
Well,
rest are all card crafters.
yeah. So Terry, how much did you charge for your event?
Our event was $45. Tomorrow we can give you the numbers. We'll drop a line, but $45 a person, which we thought it's after Christmas, everyone's going to have bills rolling in. We thought that that was a moderate price.
Yeah.
And when we had a long conversation with a professional, Candy, about what to expect, what not to expect. And she said, you know, don't not pay yourself. Well, I don't know if we're paying ourselves. We will know tomorrow. We're getting together tomorrow. But 45 was good. Keep in mind, though, we are members of the Veterans of Foreign Wars, and they have a very nice venue in the back. I only had to pay $60, which was a cleanup fee. Normally, you pay 300 or so for those things. So we really did luck out in that aspect. Do I think the people would have paid more? I don't think so for a first time event because they didn't know what they were getting into. We did have a couple people come through just to check it out that were in the bar. Well, it's called the canteen officially. They were in the canteen, and I went up to go do something, get some. Oh yeah, somebody brought a cup so that they could have hot tea. That you couldn't bring beverages, but we did. Anyway, I just think it worked out well, and that wasn't a
And it,
bad price.
no, and
How
at
much do
40,
you pay for your big venue for the weekend?
well, so, oh, I pay thousands. So
Uh,
we won't talk about that,
okay.
but that's overnight and that's a totally different ball game. This is more similar to what we do at Bella Vita, which is what we would have run today. And she used to charge us 100. Now she charges us 150. But at $45, you have like, that's a good price in terms of if you had to go up to 50, you could, right? Like if you needed to, like once you run the numbers. But Susan and I also know like we need 22 people in order to pull a profit, right? Like we kind of have built a budget where we're like, okay, if we have less than 20, we're not going to be pulling much of a profit. We're not going to get to pay ourselves. But if we're at, 20 to 24, then we're at a good space. If we're at 24 and above, then we're really good, So we've kind of got where we've built that. And I know you guys asked a couple questions in the chat. So, any word on the glass mat and why it might be available for demonstrators. So the word on the glass mat is it might not be available to demonstrators. And that was the latest update. They actually went back and revised the language on the celebration page, which is interesting. And it says that it might be available to demonstrators in March, not that it will be. So it depends on inventory. So that is interesting. And then Terry, you asked about walking through an online event, pricing, pre-orders, setting deadlines, and very much the same way, right? I mean, if I'm doing an online event, I'm having not to pay for a venue, but I'm having to pay for shipping, right? So let's say that $10 of every person's fee is going to your venue. Well, about $10 is going to shipping. So it doesn't matter if I'm running an event online or if I'm running it in person because I'm either going to have to pay shipping or venue, right? So $5 to $10 of everybody's fee is going to go to either shipping or venue. And we usually set the deadline, we'll backtrack, right? So we'll say, okay, if this is our event date, we know we have to mail it a week in advance. So then that means we have to prep before that. So then we have to order it a week before that, right? So we're looking at about 2 weeks at least in advance for a deadline so that you can get the product there in time. This time, Susan and I both paid for rush shipping because the timeline was so tight between when the catalog went live and MLK. MLK was earlier this year than normal. So that's something that we're going to have to consider as we move forward, is that's a fee that we absorbed this time. But we feel like at 55, we're kind of at the max that we can charge for that day. We provide a nice lunch. We try to provide 15 to 20 projects. It's a lot of projects that they get for that. But no one's working on their own projects, right? It's a very different event than the one you guys did. Yours, they bring projects to work on, and the make and takes are just a nice extra bonus. So,
So
a little
I'm sorry to backtrack here. What did you say you made? How many
15 to
projects?
15 to 20,
And what did you say you charged for the event?
55.
But if you're doing it on an online one, do you still charge 55 or?
Yeah, if I was doing something like that, I mean, I would charge the same amount. And we've sold for that event, we've sold both online and in person simultaneously, and we charge the same amount. If I'm just doing a regular class, then I'm charging 35 for my online class, right? Because about 5 is going to go towards shipping and 5 is going to go towards costs and, card stock and whatever. And then about 20 is going to go to supplies. So they'll get about $20 in product. And then I pay myself $5 from every packet.
is $20 in product about the norm?
Yeah.
I don't know that we hit $20, but uh we sent them all uh, 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 we sent them a glue,
Yeah.
made them all the little glue holders.
Cute.
And then we did tag toppers for everything. So they got one sheet of dimensionals. They got 4 rows of one of the clearance pearls. I mean, we were really trying to be thrifty, and we did all this like almost 6 months ago when we bought it. And then they got a thread, which was the remember the stamp set with the it was a Father's Day type thing with the suit and the
Oh yeah.
tie. Well, they had 3 threads or twines. We broke those down because we really didn't know. I think we were walking a little bit on eggshells, not knowing.
And I think that once you have tried an event like this, then you can say, okay, we made a good profit. We can build product in. We can wait until we're closer. We can buy current product, right? Because we want to try to pull them into the catalog, you know. So I think as you get closer, I think the first couple of stamp camps that Patsy and I did, we were probably very similarly priced. You know, that those were, you came, you got to work on your own stuff. It was a 1 day event. We did lunch. And I think at the time we probably charged what, 35 or 40 maybe at most, you know. And we did, you know, same, we had to pay a fee to the church to clean up and, you know, and then we did some add-on classes because we were able to bring some extra people in, like Andy Wilson did it once with us and Sarah Amuso did it once with us. And so, you know, the add-on classes are where you can build a little bit more sales in, right? You're like you're getting those product sales, you know. And so those are things, but again, like when it's just the two of you and you saw how much work it was, right? Do you have the energy to do an add-on class? Is that something that's worth it to you, right? Like those are things you've got to figure out. Versus like, you know, Candy right now is in a place where she doesn't do any of her own add-on classes. Like she just has other people come in and do them, right? Um, so I think that, you know, it's you have to kind of like take the first step, rip the Band-Aid off, right? Give it a try, see how it goes. You know, pick a moderate price for your area that seems in line, and then you know, then you adjust, you know, and you say, okay, once you crunch all the numbers, you see what the profit was and say, did that feel like a good profit? Did I get enough money out of my day? You know, and do we have leads? And is there a future here, right? Because sometimes you make less profit, but you're snowballing, right? Because now you've got 10 people who want to bring friends, and then they're going to bring their friends, and then right, and then it's going to grow and grow and grow.
Yeah,
Um, and one of the things I would recommend you do is you keep a list of who came this time, and
we got
then
that.
when you open the next one, you give them priority to register, right? And then you add the people that you get the next time. So you grow what I call an all-time attendee list. And you see that all-time attendee list grow and grow and grow each time you do it, right? So now for Susan and mine's event, our all-time attendee list is at, we're at 57 right now, which is great, you know? So now we don't have that many seats. We couldn't sell all 57 spots if we wanted to, but we have 57 people who've come before and had a great time. And now they get first dibs on 24 seats, right? So you see how is your all attendee list, same for like my retreat, right? Like my all attendee list for retreat is really big now because we've added new people every single time. And when you do that, then, you know, because people bring friends, because why wouldn't they want to bring friends? It's amazing, you know?
So you have
Um,
to, you're at the point where you have to turn people away.
yeah, we waitlisted in the fall for my retreat. Hmm. Yeah, because the all attendee list for that one's up to 77. And
Okay.
we only have 30 spots. Now, the nice thing is guess what? Not everybody can make it every time, right? So as you grow that list, right, there are people who just naturally can't make it, won't make it, you know? But that's the idea, right? Is that you start to grow that list. So it's great. That's awesome.
Yeah, we're anxious, and I know Kathleen's on and Patsy's on. And Patsy, you've done it, but I know Kathleen, if you ever want to call me, please do. If you want to do this, even if you start small, I, I don't know where you're going to get a venue $60 cheap, but you know, I would be glad to walk you through it. I know Melissa would too, but you're really busy.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
I still got that enthusiasm. And again, I'm ready to do something next month now, just me. And that's why I was interested in the doing something online. And actually, I'll be honest, I talked with Darlene Boardman today and kind of asked her because she's done a lot of online things. And it is a lot. She did tell me that there is a lot of prep time in doing that.
there
So
is. I mean, yeah, anytime you're prepping and shipping stuff, I mean, it's going to be time intensive. Good night. Sleep tight.
thank you. Yeah,
But
thank you.
yeah, but happy to help with that. And I mean, every month my class is both online and in person. So every month I'm running an online version of my monthly card class. But I've also done, Super Bowl Saturday, right? Where we do Super Saturday and we have a couple classes. So while the guys are getting ready for Super Bowl, we're doing something, and I mean, I think Memories and More is the easiest prep, and it really is the easiest thing to do if you're going to do an online class. There's no stamping, there's no, right? Like they don't have to buy anything extra or special. It's,
You give them the whole card pack?
nope, I split it in half
Okay. Who gets
because
the stickers?
they split in half.
Okay.
So each Memories and More card pack always has enough to split in half perfectly and evenly. So you get 10 cards and envelopes for each person. And then they each get a set of the cards and they each get, so like this one in the spring catalog has 6 sheets of stickers and each person gets 3 sheets of stickers and it is perfect division.
Okay.
So they are,
Are they the same stickers?
yes,
Okay. I think I ordered that. I haven't opened it yet.
it's perfect. It's a beautiful, beautiful division. So Memories and More is a great, great, great entry card class because it's literally like glue and stickers and some pop dots, So like they get some, if you really wanted to include like a sheet of dimensionals in there, they would be perfectly happy. And this one's beautiful. We added a pack of the Pretty Peacock and Petal Pink rhinestones, but you don't have to because the stickers have rose gold on them. And they're beautiful. It's a beautiful, beautiful Memories and More pack. So it would make a fabulous online class.
When you say a pack of color, what are you talking about? Like 4 by 5 and 1/4?
No, I said we included a pack of the gems. They're petal
Oh, the
pink and,
gems. A pack of
yeah,
gems.
petal pink and Pretty Peacock, but you don't need to. It's not necessary. It's beautiful
No,
without it.
it's always lovely to get those gems.
Yeah, it is. But I think, if you look at the price point and you say, for $20, of supplies, this is what I want to spend. I would include a sheet of dimensionals just because you want to show them dimensionals. And I think that, I mean, it packs so flat, ships flat. It's a great deal. But that Memories and More is great.
And then a PDF, I guess, if that
Yeah.
available?
Yeah, so you could do it through like a Facebook Live, so you could just do it that way, or you could do on Zoom, and you can still do the free like 40 minutes of Zoom. I think they still have that, so you don't have to pay for Zoom. I don't know what the limits are anymore, but and if you have to do 2 smaller Zooms, like you have to have everybody kick off and then everybody rejoin, I'm sure people would understand. They don't care. Everybody's willing to do that. So, but yeah, I mean, I think it's a beautiful Memories and More. It makes really nice cards. They're very positive and cheerful. And we just finished ours. Mine are over there, but it was fun. It's a great card pack. And Susan wasn't sure about it. And all weekend she kept messaging me. She's like, these are just really lovely. I just love these so much. They just make me smile. They're so happy. She was like, they're just really great. I'm so happy. So, and I think everybody really enjoyed those. That was definitely the winner today. So,
Thank you.
yeah. Any other questions, comments, concerns on this delightful, chilly Monday in January? Anything else that we've got?
Something, yeah, I did have another one. Something you mentioned about the house for Houston.
Oh yeah, good question. So Houston, we have I just looked up the deadline, Patsy. Thanks for asking me. So I need the payments for the house by March 5th because that's when I have to pay them.
How much do
Um,
you want
the house total is let me look it up. 215
per person?
per person. And that's 3 nights. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday night. And then that way I can I'll provide the dinner on Thursday and Saturday. So and we have 2 more spots. Well, we have 3 more spots actually. But registration is due by the end of this month. And then hopefully in February, everyone else can pay me. But by March 5th, I would like that because I have to pay them. So
So my question is, I noticed that Candy had some people who were looking for roommates. Are you going to take anyone outside? I didn't know it was just uh C2C people. Are you willing to take on non-C2Cs?
yes, I am, and I will be. So what I had done was I left it open to just for our team first. But I am willing to take on others, and that has been who has messaged me already. So Melissa Grados is actually not on our team at all. She's a demo friend that's been coming to retreat, and she might room with us. She's looking at it. And then Linda Dale Roos and Marlene Peterson are also, it is the Sweet Thoughts Memory More. Yeah, Kathleen, good call. Linda Dale Roos and Marlene Peterson are also looking for a room. I don't know that they're going to want to be on the sofa bed though. So that's what I need to talk to them about. And I also don't know how good they are with stairs. So I've got to figure that out. But if you know of someone else who needs a place, send them my way and we'll work it out. So
Great.
yeah.
I want to say thank you for letting me use my Melissa points.
Yes, dear Melissa
And
points.
we're driving down, so we're going to be saving I know at least $300 a person.
Wow, that's awesome. Okay,
Lisa said,
that's
Lisa said she would drive.
ooh, okay, that's amazing. And that's something that we were talking about the other day was we will probably do some kind of carpooling situation for parking. I think we have 3 parking spots. And then we'll have to go to a city parking spot, like if we have a 4th car. So I think that me and Jill and Sarah are probably going to be in one car, and we might have, if Melissa Grados comes, she'll probably be in our car too. And then Patsy, I think you'll probably have some people, right? Because you and Esther and probably Glenda is what I'm thinking will be in another car because that's the people up in your area. And then Terry, that would give you and Lisa a car. And then whoever, if we have a couple other people who join us, then I'll just tell them look, you're going to have to figure out parking, on your own. And so, I mean, there's lots of city parking around there. So, yeah, good to know you guys are bringing a car. So I'm going to reserve a parking space for you. So
Thank you. I'm glad I said something.
me too.
I want to know the sweatshirt that you're wearing. Is that the Abigail Rose?
It is.
Can you show us the whole thing? I only see from the boobies up.
Yes, I will. I spilled coffee on it today, so I'm sorry. I actually did not spill coffee on it. George did. So I got myself bundled in my parka and I had a cup of hot coffee and I took the dogs out back to let the two dogs play, our neighbor dog. And George jumped on me, hit the coffee cup with his head. The coffee went on top of me everywhere. My hat, my gloves, my coat, and apparently my beautiful sweatshirt that I'm now going to have to figure out how to get coffee stains out of, which I'm not pleased about, but I will happily show you more of it. So pouch, logo. Yes, yes. I will say it's very cozy.
Is
Um,
it sized well, like a regular?
I would say you should go up a size. This actually, Sarah bought this one. I don't remember what size this was, but it did not fit Sarah. And so I bought it off of Sarah. Um, she was like, yeah, that's not going to fit. And I was like, no. And I was like, but it'll be roomy on me. So A plus. So for me, this one's roomy and I like it. I like it roomy. I don't like to feel too tight in sweatshirts. So, because there's no zipper on it. So it's not like you can unzip it or anything, right? Like it is kind of what it is. But um I'll find out what size it is and I'll
I think it was 2.
I think it's a 2X. So
Uh-huh.
I would normally wear a 1X. Like I'm an extra large girl, that's how I like my sweatshirts. But in this one, it's a 2X and I'm comfortable with the 2X. The sleeves are a little long, like, you can tell it's a 2X based on the length of the sleeve. But I just kind of roll it up and I'm happy. So, but it's lovely. If you've got, product credits and you want to treat yourself, um, I don't know that I would buy it normally, right? Like, but Sarah was kind of like, oh shoot, what do I do? And I'm like, I'll buy it from you. She was like, okay.
No, it's
Um,
a good looking shirt.
it's pretty, yeah. So hopefully I get all the coffee out of it. So fingers crossed on that one.
Yeah, OxyClean will do it.
Yeah, George had coffee on his face. He's like stained his face. He's got white on his muzzle. Yeah, like it was a crisis, y'all. Like I was just happy to be alive. I mean, I was impressed I was outside in the cold with the dog. So
Mm.
it was quite chilly. But that hot cup of coffee was really good until it wasn't good anymore. So, oh, the life and times, guys. Thanks for coming tonight. I appreciate it. I have some door prizes.
Can can I do a show and tell? Because
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, like, there's a story behind it. My first retreat was with Candy. I just don't know if anyone was there, if they remember this.
Oh, I'm just kidding.
But Michelle Brownstein had arrived, and she arrived on a luggage cart. And I don't remember who was pushing her, but she had her luggage, and she had it was like a Saturday when she arrived, and all of her craft stuff. And when she arrived, she whipped off her sunglasses. She was hanging onto the luggage cart, being pushed, and she goes, "Darlings, I have arrived." And I thought, oh my God, what a Jewish princess. Now, not that I haven't told her that, but I mean, I have. But I couldn't resist it. I did buy the crown stamp, and
Oh
I
yeah,
just got to show you this really. I mean, I just think it's adorable. So I got one card made. Are you ready?
we're ready.
This just screams Michelle Brownstein.
Oh, that's lovely.
I
What a
just,
pretty card.
I know, I
Marianne, can you
can't
give me
wait
that
to send it
box?
to her for a reason. So
Oh, she'll love it. I actually do
lots of
remember that.
rhinestones.
I remember that entrance. No, not that
Do
box, the
you?
other one. I
Wasn't that
do.
crazy? Yeah,
It was very Michelle Brownstein.
it was very Michelle Brownstein.
Yes, she's a hoot, y'all. Like a hoot and a half. So,
Oh
let
yeah.
me show you. I'll show you the samples I made with the memories and more. I'll put them on the page eventually. But we just finished them today. So let me do this. Okay. So there's one.
Oh.
Super pretty. Yeah. And
And
here's,
those little butterflies came with it, huh?
I did. Everything's included. Yeah.
Wow.
And then this one.
Mm.
And this one.
Just nice.
Wow.
Yeah, that one's fun.
It's like big.
Dream big. This was an alternate to this one. So today I said if you don't want to fussy cut it, you could do something like this. So, but I mean, they're beautiful, and this is easy to do. This one's trimmed a little bit. So this is like an extra pop-up. That's one of the little stickers that has the rose gold on it. This is a harder one, so I wouldn't do this one, by the way, but it's still pretty. But I used that patchwork quilt and did that. I wouldn't do this. I mean, it's lovely, but like that's for more probably advanced folks. This one, I mean, these stickers are all included. Happy, happy, happy. Um, this one's all included. Got
So you
some,
told me there's 6 of those happies?
yes,
Oh my gosh.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's a great kit. And it's just so fun.
Yeah, that's cute.
This is all
That's my favorite.
this is all stickers in one card. I mean, sticker, 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 sticker. I mean, it's a whole lot of stickers. I like the sentiment on this one.
Mm.
Nice, nice, nice.
And then this one.
Mm.
Yeah. I mean, really lovely cards. So, I would say bust it out, play around, limit yourself to what's included in the package. But by the way, I mentioned door prizes and everyone came into my room. Like all the people in the house decided that they wanted to come for door prizes. So that's hilarious. Okay, door prizes for you guys. So I am going to write a number down between 1 and 20. And y'all will pick a number, and whoever's closest gets to pick first. So, Terry, pick a number between 1 and 20.
4,
Okay,
because
Terry.
there's 4 of us here.
Okay, Patsy, what are you picking?
8.
And Kathleen.
9.
Okay, well, Kathleen wins. It was 13. Woot woot. Okay,
Yes.
so she's so excited. She's like, bring it. All right.
You
So
go, Kathleen.
here is what I've got. I've actually got a lot of door prizes because I thought lots and lots of people were going to come. So
Amazing.
both Susan and I have been doing training with a woman. Her name's Amber Housley. I think I've mentioned her before. And I have her winter retreat in a box here. So it's a notebook that walks through all of her training questions, and it includes a little hot cocoa packet. It also includes like the bookmark that she uses, a letter to yourself for next year, a winter checklist, a goal setting sheet that's like things that you're growing this year. So it's like basically the entire thing in a little packet. So I wanted to offer that up to someone if they wanted it. In addition to that, I have some embellishments because why not?
How would you rate that course you took?
I love it. So
Give
I
it a
like,
10, you give it a 10?
yeah. So this is actually, I've done 3 of hers. She does them seasonally. She does a winter, a spring, a summer, and a fall. I've done winter, fall, and summer. I think I might have missed last spring or something with something that was going on. I actually like it enough that I went ahead and pre-bought this next year. Like I'm all in for this next year with her. Um, I really like her training, and so does Susan.
What's her name
So
again?
Amber Housley. It's Housley. Housley. I think if you go to like amberhousley.com, so she does very expensive retreats. Um, and not ones that I could afford, but she trains people on how to host retreats, and how to grow their business. I'll put a link to her thing here. There's a link to her website. And so some of her stuff is really expensive. But Susan and I have been dabbling in her seasonal training, and we've enjoyed the seasonal trainings. They're $49. And it's like 3 hours that you set aside to do some like goal setting, priority setting. She hasn't put out her, it's a lot of butterflies. I know, Kathleen. She hasn't put out her spring one, but anyway, so I thought I would, this is a choice. I've already done my packet. This is an extra packet I got. So I also have some iridescent foil gems. I have the pretty peacock and petal pink foil gems. And I have opal rounds. So these are the choices. So Kathleen, what would you like to do?
Well, I feel like you and Patsy and Terry have all done like a stamp camp retreat thing. And like, you guys don't need the help. You guys already figured it out and already did your first go at it. So maybe this is God knocking me across the face, being like, maybe you should try and do that. So I guess I will do the Illuminate retreat
Okay.
packet.
Yay!
Uh,
Wow, good choice.
I think so. I think you'll like it. And
Okay.
I think you'll like the the questions and stuff are really reflective. And so I'm gonna see if I can find the recording for you and get a copy of the recording.
Okay.
I don't know that I can, but I'm gonna try to endeavor to do that before I send it to you. If not, the packet's really nice and it's a good
Okay.
start to get you just thinking about your business and kind of what season are you in. So the seasonal trainings kind of talks about what season is your business. It doesn't have to match up with the actual physical season, and
Okay.
where are you going and kind of what do you want to do next. So it's a great tool.
I mean, it's
And if
appropriate.
you'd
My,
like
my
it,
business is cold, so
Yeah.
it's
Kathleen, I'll be
tracks.
an accountability partner for you if you'd like. Keep you on
Yeah.
track.
Sounds
Okay.
like a plan. All right. Well, Patsy, you were next closest. So what would you like, my dear?
The petal pink and the
Pretty
pretty peacock.
peacock. Yeah, good call. Good call. All right. And Terry, would you like the foil or the opal?
I think the opal.
Okay. She's like,
Is that more like, do they look more like pearls in the foil?
they,
I don't think I've
yeah,
had either of them.
yeah, I think you'll like the opal rounds. They're more pearly.
Are they okay?
Yeah,
What do the
yeah.
foils look like? I
They're
mean, are they
kind of,
like sequins?
no, they're also rounded, but they have gold flecks in them versus this has more of like an iridescent fleck in it.
Let me do iridescent, please.
Okay. I was like,
Thank you.
you got it. I'm glad I could adequately describe that. 'Cause sometimes I can't. So, cool. All right. Well, y'all, thanks so much for coming tonight. I appreciate you. I hope that tonight was good. It gave you some food for thought and just kind of,
Wow.
made you think and plan for the next year. We have a lot of opportunity ahead of us in 2024. And I will let you know when Amber opens up her spring registration for the spring retreat. Just it's something that Susan and I have kind of played around with, as accountability partners this past year. And her and I actually watched the fall one together. Like we got together in person and did it together, and that was nice. Her and I did the winter one separate, and we're like gonna get together and compare notes on it. And so I think that I did it live. She's watching the recording. So,
So
um,
it was it totally different from Oxano?
yeah. So I think that Oxano training, I've tried to do their training twice, like to get really deep into it. It's too much, it's too overwhelming, and I don't like the time change, and I have a hard time, like it's not at a great date and time. Their standard trainings are Wednesday nights US time. Well, that's when I do my lives, and I'm not going to move my Facebook Live. Like I've been doing it on Wednesday nights forever. So then I'm watching the replay, then I'm behind, and I get a little overwhelmed when there's too much. Um, and so what I like about Amber is she does one call a month, which I can handle one call a month. And then she's got some like little longer trainings that she's kind of peppering in. So next week she's doing a series on marketing. And so because Oksana was all about marketing too, I'm going to be curious to see what that looks like and if there's anything different I learn. And then my goal is, of course, to try to pass it along to you guys. That I'll be listening to that next week with that in mind. So
And I apologize for bogarting so much time tonight. I just have a million questions. Well, I need to ask a Girl Scout cookie question.
yeah, so let's stop the recording and then you can
Great.
ask that. Super. The gold foiled cards and envelopes. I have seen the gold foiled cards and envelopes. They're gorgeous. I gave them away as a door prize, so I don't have any in my possession. They're very pretty and they take color really nicely. I would definitely use them in a card class and I might get a pack and use them at the senior center because I think they're going to make really quick, pretty cards. So they're very nice. Yeah.
I did the December paper pumpkin.
You got it done. Nice. I haven't even opened mine. That's lovely. Good job,
I
Patsy.
started with December.
Well,
and I'm
highlight,
working
highlight.
backwards.
I don't see your highlight.
Oh yeah, let me see. There we go.
Oh, that's nice.
Nice.
Oh, I love the colors.
Good job.
I know. It's really cute.
Yeah, that's a nice one. Yeah, I have to do a senior center class on Friday, and I think that might be what I pull out and bring with me because I don't know. They haven't been paying me for supplies lately. So anyway, that's neither here nor there. Okay, cool. On that note, I'm going to stop the recording. Let's see.
Recording?